Back in the day, Coach Fed used to play basketball for Oxford.
It's this is really the only place that I envision myself wanting to coach at, wanting to be a varsity coach at. It's been always something. Played here, had the opportunity to coach here, as an assistant, as a sub-varsity coach, and then even better, teaching here. I love teaching here. I get to see my players every day. So just that opportunity to have that connection with my kids, with my players, that I'm able to teach them, see them in the hallways, and then to coach them at night. It's been awesome.
Coach Fed started his coaching journey as soon as he got out of high school.
Usually coaching almost right after I started, or right after I finished high school, and I knew it wasn't something that was gonna. I thought I knew it was something that wasn't going to be a big part of my life. I was just kind of doing it, just kind of for the fun of it while I was in college. And my last year of college, I had an internship with Detroit Lions. It was part of my degree. I was a communication and journalism degree, and I loved it. I had fun. I was in the locker room. Kelvin Johnson was in there. It was a very cool experience. Seeing professional athletes on a daily basis. It was the year the Lions went 0-16, so that was very interesting as well.
In the back of his mind, he always wanted to be a head coach. He gets into how teaching helped him become a head coach for Oxford.
So coaching is what really pushed me towards going back to school to be getting in the teaching profession, and I've loved it. I love teaching. I love my interactions with all my students, not just my basketball kids. Very appreciative of people like Christy, or Miss KGM, because she was one of the ones who really started pushing me to go into the teaching field. Miss Darnell was one who really pushed me to go back in the teaching field.
He talks about how his playing experience for Oxford will help him become a coach for Oxford.
I think it's just, you understand what those kids are going through. I try and reflect back to my time, try and understand certain things that I say to the kids and how they respond, how I would think back to when my coaches would tell me stuff, things that, motivated me, things that didn't necessarily motivate me. So I use those playing days as ways to try and relate to the kids. I know I'm getting a little older. It's, going on darn near 20 years past since I played in high school. But just using the way, how hard I worked as a way to motivate kids and tell those kids also that I was in their shoes. Most kids aren't gifted the way certain athletes are, and certain kids got to rely on their ability to get better, to rely on how hard they're going to work, and can't rely on the God-given gifts that they've been given. So that's one of the major things that I tell the kids who aren't as athletic as the others, that, you know what, I've been in your shoes before. You got to work harder than everybody else if you expect to do anything on the floor.
Coach Fed has many influences that he worked under in Oxford.
I think as an assistant coach, I've been fortunate to work under, I think it's 5 people who have had varsity head coach experience, and I've learned a ton of pros and cons from them. Things I want to continue on, that I want to use as I continue on, as I go forward in my first year, and things that I learn and I say, hey, this is something that I don't necessarily want to do, like this coach did.
He also talks about his ideas to expand the program.
I want basketball, I want it to be something that kids want to do here. I think it starts at the ground up. One thing that I've really worked hard on is trying to establish our youth program. Our youth programs, we have OBC that starts in 3rd grade. This year we got a 3rd, 4th grade team, we got a 5th grade team, we got a 6th grade team. So we've got kids playing, which is the first step. We've got a lot of kids playing on weekends, in tournaments. I think that is huge. That's instrumental in starting a program. You see places around us who are able to have successful basketball programs. It's what they do. They have kids at early ages playing basketball, and that's what we need to do. So that's something that I've really focused in on, trying to pique the interest at an early age.
Although the season did not end how they wanted to, Coach Fed and the boys hope to build on this next year.